Welcome back to the Fugus channel. My name is Fugus. I had mentioned playing Lost Dimension, which, by the way, that is still ongoing. I just gotta get around to getting the next few episodes uploaded, but probably take a trip down memory lane. And I'm completely lying when I say that, because I actually played this game for the first time about a year ago. Came really close to beating it, did not beat it. Hit a point where I could not fight against enemies. But this is different than the original, because the original Fire Emblem 6, the Binding Blade, is insanely difficult and also usually a Japanese exclusive. So you have to rely on fan translations to play it. So this is Fire Emblem 6, the Binding Blade, Project Ember. I'm going to be labeling this blind because I did not pay attention to the story of my first playthrough. I was only in it for the gameplay. I've now started actually paying attention to the story as I go. And if you could see by the title and our layout, this will be an Ironman. What is an Ironman? Ironman is basically I will go into every map, and no matter what happens, whether our Lord Roy dies or one of our companions fall in battle, they're dead. Roy falls, the run is over. The Let's Play will be over at that point. And I'll either keep doing this game until I beat it, or I will move on to the next one and then come back to this later. Without further ado, let's proceed. We will be playing normal. I'm not great at these games, so I think normal on an Iron Man setting will be more than doable for this. Man and dragon once coexisted in harmony. However, man shattered that harmony with a sudden onslaught. A great war, now known as the Scouring, was fought for dominion of the land. Losses were tremendous for both sides, and in this war, the very laws of nature itself were twisted and distorted, bringing chaos and unease. Defeated and humbled, the dragons disappeared from the realm. Okay. After defeating the dragons, the humans of Alib quickly spread their culture and civilization to the farthest reaches of the continent. In the west lies the kingdom of Echuria, which is widely considered to possess the most refined culture in all of Alib. The kingdom of Bern, with its powerful military and logical, pragmatic people, is located on the other side of the continent in the east. These are the two most powerful nations in Alib, with the weaker nations situated between them. These smaller lands are the Lycian League, whose numerous territories are independently ruled by a number of marquesses that are bound by a vow of allegiance. Ilia, where the people arduously till the frozen soil, and many become mercenaries to earn money to survive. And Sakai, whose various clans ride through the plains on horseback. Although there were occasionally clashes between these nations, the majority of the people of Alib lived in peace. That peace, however, was not the last. King Zephiel of Bern has commanded his forces to conquer the entirety of Alib. Bern's armies first attacked Sakai and Ilia, ruthlessly massacring all who opposed them. Now Bern is mounting a merciless invasion into Lycia. Faray is a territory of Lycia known for its beauty and honorable lords. Faray's Lord Roy was in Ostia. Lycia's, definitely mispronouncing that, but largest territory where the invasion began. He had been sent to study to become the next Marquess of the Faray region. However, the sitting Marquess and Roy's father, Eliwood, who has been ill, has sent for Roy to return to lead Faray's soldiers in defending against Bern. Marquess Hector of Ostia leads the Council of Lords in Lycia. At the same time, Eliwood sent for Roy. Marquess Ostia's daughter, Lilina, was in Faray visiting Eliwood, who is Marquess Ostia's longtime friend and confidant. Upon receiving his father's message, Roy hurries home, taking home with him his vassals, and Bors, a knight from Ostia, who is responsible for Lilina's safety. The story begins when Roy reaches the outskirts of Foray. Chapter 1, Dawn of Destiny. Boss! They've all hidden themselves inside the castle. Even Eliwan, the greatest knight in Lycia, is no match for an illness, it seems. You were right when you said there wouldn't be many soldiers. They're all getting ready to defend against Burn. Of course I was right. I'm always right, you fool. The reinforcements could be here any minute. Alright, you curs, listen up. Kill everyone in the castle while we still got time. Then we can waltz out of here with all the loot. Castles ain't the only places to loot. Let's go ransack the villages and take everything they got. Lord Hollywood! We're under attack by bandits from Mount Bolm. I understand. Thank you, Merlinus. Blast it. Were I not in this pitiful state, I would take care of them all myself. Lord Hollywood? Lilina, you must hide yourself. This castle is going to become a war zone. No, my lord. I can fight too. Don't be absurd. I couldn't face Hector if something happened to you in my own castle. Your father? But... going to be alright. Roy should be here any moment, so we just need to hold our own until then. He'll drive off these dastards. Merlinus, send a messenger to Roy to let him know the current situation. We need his help. Yes, my lord. Oh, it's Lance. What's the matter? Why are you in such a hurry? Lord Roy! Bandits have appeared and are attacking the castle as we speak. Oh, is the Marquess unharmed? He's inside, defending against this bandit's attack. But don't know how long he can last with his illness. Excuse me, Lance, is it? Is Lady Lilina safe? You must be a knight of Ostia. Lady Lilina is in the castle. She should be alright. She's a Lord Eliwood after all, but he can't last forever. No. I shouldn't have let Lilina go to the castle before me. Lord Roy, regret won't solve anything. We must retake the castle. Wolf is right. We must make haste. Yes, you're right. This is no time to despair. Very well. To arms then. We're targeted the castle. We must rescue everyone. So as you might have noticed, there are going to be a few graphical errors. I don't know how to fix that. And once I do, I will try to fix that, but it might just be the mod itself. So before we get going, I'm going to change the text speed to... we'll do fast. That way it's just a little faster on reading. And that is going to be it for... actually, you're going to do red in this game. So if you've never played a Fire Emblem game, which I started with 3 houses, then made my way backwards. Well, actually I did 3 houses, then I played Engage, then I went back, and I've been playing them since. I'm currently on Radiant Dawn, so I've done 6 through 9 Fire Emblem games. And everyone after this I've beaten. Now, going forward, okay, that is speed up. I'm still learning the buttons. This is our Lord Roy. The next heir to Foray, just and honorable. Lords usually suck. We will rely on him when we need to get ship XP or... because we want him to level up. He is our lose condition. He comes armed with a rapier, which is effective against cavalry and armor units. We will go over all these numbers as we play, but more importantly, the strength stat affects how much damage you will do with your weapon, and magic units will have a magic stat and no strength stat. Skill. This affects hit rates and higher crit chance. basically effective when we use lower accuracy weapons. With swords, we're pretty destined to hit usually. Speed. Now, I don't know the exact numbers in this game, but your speed well, without a pun, if you outspeed the opponent, you can do 2 attacks essentially. So you'll hit, the enemy will hit if they can, and then you'll hit a second time. Luck is just a affects everything stat, affects hit rate, evasion, critical hit avoidance, which is good for not losing your units, because in this game, critical hits are triple damage. And where I said the rapier is good against armor and cavalry, usually in this game it's a 2 times effectiveness. I do believe this mod has changed it to a 3 times. Defense basically reduces damage as a hard number. So like, Roy has 7 strength, and he's armed with the rapier, which is a 7 might weapon. That means he'll be doing 14 damage to any enemy. But if we look at, say, this enemy, he has 2 defense. So we would do 12 damage, and then, since we would outspeed him, we would also do another hit. So this would kill him essentially in 1 turn. Which I think I can show off. Yeah, so we would do 14, which is weird because he has defense, but whatever. Resistance, same as defense, except it's for magical attacks. And those are our 6 stats that are going to increase as we level up, including our health. Which obviously, when the health reaches 0, that unit is passed away and dead. Now, movement. The normal distance you can cross is 1 turn. Now, depending on the tile, it might reduce our movement or cost more movement per space. But this means that Roy can move unhindered by difficult terrain 7 tiles. These usually only increase when you do class rank-ups, which we'll go over as we reach that. Constitution is a weighment of your attack speed, essentially. So, Constitution 6. We'll go to the rapier, it has a weight of 5. That means Roy is not weighed down by the weapon, which means he has full effective speed. Meanwhile, if he were to use, say, a silver lance, which he would never use, if it has a weight of 10, he would effectively lose 5 speed for combat. But only while he's equipped with it. This tells you if the unit is rescuing anybody, which we'll go over. His affinity for supports, I don't usually mess with the supports in the earlier games. You have to basically rest them next to each other for multiple turns, and I don't usually do that. And then this would be where stats effects are. I'm noticing that my stream is cut off. Give me 1 moment. Okay, so that's good to know. Okay. That should be fun. Hopefully there's no deaths, because I did not plan to be dealing with this. I thought the game was properly lined up. Damn it. Alright, 1 second. Still learning OBS after all these years. I don't think there's a way... I want to overlap this. For now, that'll do. There's a little bit of cut off, but that's fine. I'm also doing something different with this, as I'll be doing sequential like editing. So as units die, I will update the layout. Hopefully, we don't need to do that, but you never know. Anyways, now that we've gone over the stats, I'll go over the rest of our units. This is Marcus. In the Fire Emblem series, he is known as what's called a Jagan. Jagan basically being a pre-promoted unit. So instead of him being a level 1 basic unit, he's a level 1 advanced unit. A veteran paladin serving Foray, Roy's instructor in combat. As you can see, his stats are way better than Roy's. To an extent, I've noticed that he's actually quite weaker than his usual self. He is armed with an iron sword and then a lance, which is a B rank weapon. Go over to weapon ranks. Yeah, they did heavily nerf him. As you use weapons, you'll get more proficient with them, meaning you can use better classes of weapon. You go over to Alan, who is a knight serving foray, passionate and hot-headed. There he is. He's a light cavalier, which means he has access to swords and spears. Boars. A knight serving Ostia, loyal and dutiful. Good stats, and a higher level than usual. Wolt. An archer serving foray, was raised like a brother to Roy. Lance. A knight serving foray, calm and cool-headed. And when I played this game the first time, I only used, obviously, Roy, and then I had Lance. Mind you, nobody else died, but I only took them forward. Alright, so starting out, we're gonna send our archer up here, and he can get a kill on this bandit. Now, the screen kind of flew by, but it showed hit chance, attack, and crit chance. As previously stated, a crit is triple damage effectively. So we're actually going to play a little bit of defense. All these guys are axe units, so you might be wondering, why am I using swords opposed to their spears? This game has a weapon triangle, basically rock, paper, scissors. Swords beat out axes, axes beat out spears, spears beat out swords. Bows are in their own kind of class, same with magic. There is no effectiveness for them. But with a archer, they can attack from 2 ranges, as you saw. If someone were to get in his face and attack, he would be defenseless. Curses, reinforcements already. They'll have to go through me to get into the castle. We will go over tiles next. Now, as you can see on the screen, it shows planes. It's the kind of tile that I'm hovering over. Gosh. The planes tile gives 0 defense, 0 avoid. If I were to hover over this forest, the forest gives you 1 defense and 10 avoid. Avoid is basically your chance to avoid any kind of hit. With the exception of crits, that is solely dependent on luck. The house gives a 10 avoid, so we will actually put Roy on the house. Let's see, we don't want to do that because he will not get a kill, but he will get hit for 5 damage. Now, Boars is a knight, so he has insanely high defense. So he'll do an insane amount of damage and take no damage. But now Boars is within... this enemy is within kill range, so we send Roy in to clean up. Now, that's what we call a good level. Every unit has predetermined growth rates. Every level it rolls a percentage chance to gain a point of stat. Now, after going over the different stats, what they do, most tend to lean towards wanting strength and speed, with the exception of having skill on a harder to use weapon. The Iron Sword has a hit rate of 95, so not really important. You know, you go to like the lances, you're getting an 80, you're getting a 85. Bows, 85. But if you had an axe, it'd be even lower. Oh, if we go to the javelin as well. It's 75, but you can use it as a 2-range weapon as well as a 1-range weapon. That bandit had a hand axe, so just like the javelin, it's a 1 to 2 range weapon. Listen, if you want to do well in battle, you better use terrain wisely. For example, if you're in a forest, the trees will cover you. That'll teach your enemies who you're dealing with. And because he's a cavalry, he gets Cantu, which is nice, actually. Okay, skill menu, so I guess they just have that. That's nice. Now, as our units get hurt, there is no kind of, like, passive health regeneration. So we want to rely on vulneraries for healing, as we need it. As you see, these enemies are getting, or our allies are getting less XP than Roy was getting. Roy's a level 1, while Alan's a level 3, Lance is a level 3, so they're going to be getting less XP than Roy. Him especially, we want Marcus to avoid any kind of combat, except for when we need him to step in. We're all doomed. Soldiers from Bern have crossed the border. They laid an awful attack, and even if the allied lords strike back, Lord Eliud, he can't even stand anymore. We're gonna have boars go into this village, which you can tell is different because it has a wall around it. Hey, are you knights going to the castle? I know this isn't much. Please accept this money on behalf of all of us. Use it well. Now that we have visited the village, it has closed its gates. As you saw with this village, they entered it, so it destroyed the village. Villages are going to be the way that we obtain better loot, money, sometimes even new companions. So we will spend this level basically getting Roy caught up to the others level-wise. He's now at 47 XP. We'll put Lance in the grass, or in the tree line. Let me check something real quick. I knew it. Alright, so this game has changed how bows work as well. It is now a 2 to 3 compared to a 1 to 2. Or rather, just a 2. Another reason for the lack of Lost Dimension uploads has been, well, I wouldn't say I'm sick now, but I've not gotten rid of this cough I've had. So I'm consistently leaning over to mute myself as I'm coughing. I'm thinking we will run Alan in to take care of this archer. I think Roy's gotten all the XP, we're gonna let him get this round. So let's move Lance forward to take care of this axe guy. Lance, you want to start dodging these 30%? That's like a 40. Decent level up. I don't want to waste the vulnerary on him, so I'm just going to move him back. You can click on enemies to check their movement range. Usually the bosses will not leave their throne. If we move him there, he should be fine. We'll move Roy here. Boys is down here. Now, do we give the XP to Roy or do we give it to Alan? We give it to Roy, and then Alan will start going after the boss. Another good level up for Roy. Usually his strength is stupid low, so we want it to be high. He usually gets a lot of skill and speed. I got an idea. We'll do this. You bumbling idiots! You can't take down a few pathetic knights. So even if he attacks again, Alan will not die. Oh, and if he didn't get the freaking level up, man. Alright, we'll give the XP to Walt. What the? So strong. Alright. This is a blessed run, I guess. And so, the objective of this map is to seize the throne. It's right there, seize gate. The gate is usually where the boss sits, so we will send Roy over here and finish the level out. Father! Lilina! Roy, is that you? Roy! I'm so glad to see you both. Thank goodness you're unharmed. Thanks for the rescue, Roy. Of course, Father. How is your health? Well enough. I have some life in me yet. But Roy, do you know why I called you back here? I'm to take over your role by leading the soldier in the foray. You want to join the rest of the Lycian army to defend our people. Exactly. As you know, Bernus commenced an invasion of Lycia. You're honor-bound to follow the ancient vows of our allegiance. Lycia needs every lord's army who must oblige. Of course. I'm truly sorry to interrupt your studies and force you into this war. But I'm not well. I'm in no condition to lead an army. Father. Lord Ellwood, I'll go with Roy. My father leads Lycia's largest army. I'm certain my magic will be of help to Roy. No, Lilina, you must return to Ostia. Why? With Hector preparing for battle, there is no one sitting on the throne of Ostia. It must be an uneasy feeling for the people not to have a sitting lord. As the daughter of the Marquess, you must take the throne until Hector returns. That will put the people at ease. Do you have any objections? No, my lord. Roy have arranged a contact with a group of mercenaries. You are to meet with them at the border of Bern. Merlinus will accompany you. He is knowledgeable and experienced and should be of great help. Thank you for everything, Father. Don't worry, my son. I have absolute faith in you. Fight bravely and show everyone who the next Marquess of Faray is. Yes, Father. Bors, I have a favor to ask of you. You needn't ask, my lady. I will accompany Lord Roar in his travels and protect him with my very life. Thank you, Bors. Take care, Roy. I will. You too, Lilina. No deaths. Thank goodness. I'm going to do the next episode immediately, but I'd like to fix this issue and review the footage, make sure everything recorded good. So, welcome. Hope you've enjoyed the first episode of the Fire Emblem Project Ember Ironman. My name is Fugus, and have a great day.